Have you been asking why some rich people are richer than others? What could be the secret behind their wealth? I have just the answer you've been searching for, and I'll share it with you in this video. The rich rule the world, that's the fact. They call the shots and make critical decisions, and the poor only have to dance to the tunes and zip up. And as far as that sounds unfair, it's no one's fault to be born poor, at least not by Bill Gates standards. The Microsoft co-founder is famous for saying, "If you were born poor, it's not your mistake. It's your mistake, however, if you die poor." So how do you ensure you don't die poor? Most poor people think that the rich are rich because they stumble upon a wealthy inheritance. Yes, that could be true in less than 10% of the wealthy people, but the reality is that most billionaires are self-made, and they have some secrets up their sleeves that only they know. How about I spill the beans? But before that, if you are new here, consider subscribing to this channel to continue receiving great videos like this. And also check in the description below some excellent resources that will change your life from good to the life you deserve. Now here are 10 secrets of money that only rich people know. Number 1. Money is only a tool. Money should work for you and not the other way around. Conventional wisdom will tell you that you should get a job, work hard, and build wealth. And that sadly is not how things work in the world of the rich. Money works for the rich and not the other way around. So while you are toiling from 9 to 5 on a paycheck job, the rich are busy investing and buying assets. They are earning what's called passive income without doing so much work. No wonder celebrated English photographer David Bailey argues, to get rich, you have to make money while you are asleep. According to the late philosopher Ayn Rand, money is only a tool. It'll take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. So, you have to use money to attract more money. I mentioned making investments, which is one way to make money work for you. Another way to start a small business that makes you money, preferably passive income. Takeaway: learn to use money to make more money, as money is only but a tool. Number 2. Time equals money. According to American investor and finance author Robert Kiyosaki, the only difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they use their time. Indian-American entrepreneur Naval Ravikant even warns, trade money for time, but not time for money, as you will run out of time fast. Generally, rich people value their time, and you cannot play with a rich man's time. To them, lost time equals lost money. This is what American author Christopher Rice had to say about time. Every day is a bank account, and time is our currency. No one is rich, and no one is poor. We all have 24 hours each. Takeaway: you have to use every minute you have, as any second wasted is money wasted. Number 3. Keeping up with the Joneses only makes you poor and in debt. Most people buy expensive things and try to live lavishly to impress some people. Often they do it to compete with them or to prove a point, even though they cannot afford the life they are painting. We call it keeping up with the Joneses. The American financial advisor Susie Orman warns against it when she advises, stop buying things you don't need to impress people you don't even like. If you do, you'll only end up borrowing, and that will make you poor. Remember that man is richest whose pleasures are cheapest, according to the late poet and philosopher Henry David Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau further explained, I make myself rich by making my wants few. So you have to learn to live with your means. Takeaway: you shouldn't live extravagantly to impress some people or to prove a point to someone. That only sinks you into debt and deep poverty. Number 4. Compound interest is undoubtedly the eighth wonder of the world. Theoretical physicist Albert Einstein was never wrong when he said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns, and he who doesn't, pay it. So you have to ask yourself, are you earning compound interest or paying it? But before I jump the gun, let me define compound interest for you. According to Wikipedia, compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of a loan or a deposit. So when you invest money, that earns interest on top of interest. Your investment grows exponentially. The reverse is, however, true. If you carry debt, you pay more for its interest, and that only makes you poor. So better to be on the investment side than borrowing side so that you can leverage the power of compound interest. Takeaway: start taking up investments that earn compound interest, as that means more money. Number 5. Within a crisis lies an opportunity to make more money. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people in the world, is famous for saying, "The secret to getting rich on Wall Street is to be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy." Warren's advice applies to everyone who wants to make a difference in life, including those who dream of building a business empire one day. Take the stock market, for instance. People rush to sell off their stocks when the prices start going up. Wise investors, however, do the opposite. At such time, they buy more stock so that they can sell high when the economy stabilizes. Look at Eric Yuan, the guy behind the video communication tool Zoom. He saw an opportunity to provide the world with a video conferencing solution in the middle of the COVID-19 crisis. Today, Yuan and his family are worth $14.2 billion, according to Forbes. So he is another name added to the latest billionaire list, thanks to a crisis. Takeaway: don't be scared of taking a risk when nobody is willing to do so, as long as it's worth it. There's always opportunity waiting to be seized in the middle of a crisis. Number 6. Financial education pays the best dividend. According to celebrated author T. Harv Eker, rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think that they already know. So if you wish to become rich, you have to invest in knowledge. Read more finance books, enroll in a finance course, or sign up for a finance workshop. That will enable you to broaden your thinking and become a better finance manager, investor, and entrepreneur. A guy like Warren Buffett spends 80% of his day reading, while Bill Gates reads 50 books a year. Other notable readers are Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Mark Cuban. Mark you, all these guys are billionaires, but they can afford to read. How about you? Benjamin Franklin once advised, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So, start investing in time and money in financial education to reap the best dividends. Number 7. Build some liquidity. The rich always have some money, liquid cash, saved up for short-term needs, so they always have an emergency fund that they maintain. As a result, they are always ready for life's unforeseen events. This is how financial planner David Wei describes an emergency fund. The goal of an emergency fund is to bail you from going to jail. An emergency fund saves you from the financial worry when you face an unforeseen financial crisis. Also, it protects you from borrowing and getting into debt. As a result, set one up and it should equal to at least 6 months of your household expenses. Takeaway: set up an emergency fund and maintain it. Ensure the amount is enough to cover your household for at least 6 months. Number 8. Money like secrecy. While an emergency fund is a fantastic idea, consider having some money set aside that no one knows about it. People often abuse your kindness, even friends and family, when they know that you have some money somewhere. How about they don't know about it at all? Money likes secrecy, and the rich understand that. That's why some of them choose to lead a simple life to drawing unnecessary attention. No wonder Canadian novelist Douglas Coupland asserted, people who advocate simplicity have money in the bank. The money came first, and not the simplicity. Takeaway: you don't have to show off all your wealth. Have some private investments somewhere, as they come in handy during a crisis. Number 9. Money attracts itself. Most rich people hang out with other rich people not because they are prideful or hate the poor. No, it's because they prefer to be where the money is, which is next to their fellow rich men. With them, they can exchange business ideas and collaborate on investments. So start hanging around rich people if you want to be rich and learn 1 or 2 things about how the elite cycle works. According to late American entrepreneur Jim Rohn, money is usually attracted, not a pursuit. So start attracting it by befriending the rich. Takeaway: follow the rich and make friends with them, as that's how you can attract money. Number 10. Money needs a plan. Personal finance expert David Ramsey advises you must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. And New York bestseller and financial advisor Robert Kiyosaki affirms it's not how much money you make, but how much you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. What these financial gurus are advocating for is financial planning. You have to plan for your money to have control over it and work for you. That brings us to a vital finance tool called a budget. Bestseller author Tish Oxenreiter defines a budget as telling your money where to go. So with a budget, you will not have to worry about where your money goes. And instead of just doing things in your head, write your budget down and stick to it. In conclusion, you have to know what the rich do, what they don't do, and how they spend their money and time, and try copying them if you want to become like them. That's the most prominent wealth secret, and it summarizes the 10 money secrets I've shared in this video. Here is another excellent video for you, Hidden Secrets of Money That Will Shock You by Dr. Miles Monroe. Until next time, take care.